Hello and welcome to episode 143 of The Nerd Out. I am Lisa.
I'm Ritzy.
We're girls and we nerd out. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can email us, info@thenerdout.com, and we hope that you will. You can check out our website, thenerdout.com, and we are available as part of the Word to Your Mama network. You can find that on Twitter and Instagram at WTYMAMA.
See.
There we go.
There it is.
Here we are. Technical problems in the rearview mirror, one would hope.
We'll see. We're using the new technology, kids.
We are.
We're evolving with the times.
Yeah, new tech over here. And I would like to point out our first episode of the new year. So happy 2023, everybody.
Welcome to the 23s.
Yeah. How are things with you?
Things are good. It's...
You're busy with a bunch of shit.
A bunch of shit.
Can you do a quick little rundown for everybody, including me?
So by the time this airs, I believe we would already have had, Hola Metaverso Web 3. We talked about it many times last year because I was, deep into it. We would have had maybe our first work in real life workshop all day, lunch included in LA, and it's a digital wallet focus. So hopefully it's not the first and only. Hopefully it's the beginning of a great series, but it's a in real life workshop where you can go and you learn the ins and outs, hands on, how it works, how a digital wallet actually operates, what it actually does, the setup, how you get hacked and how to hack, and not like hackers type hacking like that, but like someone has your seed phrase and they, how they use that to get into your stuff if they end up having that type of information. And we would have had, challenges where you get a chance to hack the instructor's digital wallet and you get a prize, and everything's in a safe environment on test nets and with crypto that it's just to play around with. And so that would have happened, and hopefully there'll be many more. And then on the Web3 nerd level announcement, your girl got announced by the convention, NFT.NYC. I am a speaker.
That's amazing. Yay. Yeah. What are you going to be speaking about? I mean, NFTs.
Yeah, NFTs. But community. I'm on the community track, so I'm going to be talking about community and how NFTs, real world use, help to onboard and help marginalized communities.
Oh my gosh. Will it be recorded or available for people to see?
I think you can only view it in person if you go to the event in NYC, but I will find out more information about that. And I also don't know yet if we had options if you're a speaker present or you're a panelist or you curate a panel. So hopefully, I think in the next couple of weeks, by the next one, I'll know if in what capacity I will be speaking on, at the conference. So yeah, a lot of other things happening, behind the scenes. But T.I., how was your holiday break?
I'm having a deja vu moment. My holiday break was good. We did a lot of travel, as some people did or attempted to do this holiday season in areas that had snow. And so it was like planes, trains, and automobiles, except that it was just the automobile, and it wasn't as funny.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I started 2023 with a new keyword for the year, which is boundaries. Boundaries. My boundaries are not going to allow me to drive around the middle of the country in a snowstorm.
No.
Next year.
No.
And in fact, my boundaries are sort of suggesting that I maybe just go to like Todos Santos or something for Christmas.
Where's Todos Santos?
It's near, I think that you fly into Cabo.
Oh, Mexico. Got
Yeah.
it. Oh, nice. Yeah, do that.
Like, some pretty beach in the middle of nowhere where I can just sit on a beach and be like, yeah, this is cool. Merry Christmas. I'm not
That's
thinking
the
about
way.
presents. I'm not thinking
Yep.
about driving. I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about shit. Except, are there more tamales and beer?
Exact. That sounds heavenly. And
Yeah.
also, that's a great way to bring, to end the year, reward
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking. So boundaries, that's my big thing.
Year of 2023, boundaries.
Boundaries. We should revisit it every episode and I can demonstrate how I've been practicing it.
Yes, we should. We should do a
Mhm.
boundaries update. How is
Bound
TI doing on a
with her
boundaries
boundaries.
update?
It's kinda like my
Um,
homework.
so what about any future
Oh,
travels for you that are don't require a car?
yeah, I'm so glad you asked, actually. I don't think that I've told all of you, including Ritzy, or in fact,
Oh.
many people, that I'm going on a cruise in February. I am not a cruise person. The idea like, I hate flying. I can't imagine I'm really gonna enjoy being on a big boat in the middle of nowhere. Feels very Titanic. Feels like there's a lot
Yeah.
that can go wrong.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, getting what is it, norovirus or COVID, like, who fucking knows? Eaten by sharks. This sounds like a disaster. However, uh, Ranger Ted and I, since we initially started dating, have joked periodically, like virtually every year, because that's about how long it's been going on. There is a like, you know how they do those music cruises? Like a
Yeah.
friend of ours was really into the 311 cruise and would go do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And there's one called the Rock Boat that was like it was like the first of them and it was like Sister Hazel and Better Than Ezra and like those kind of bands. And I remember when I first heard about it cuz I had friends who were performing on it and I was like, "Oh guys, this sounds tragic." And they were like, I fucking know, but it's money. And I'm like, no, I get it. I get it. And so like I've always thought of like those music themed cruises as being like really tragic. But
Yeah.
there's this one that Ranger Ted and I have joked since we first started dating that like we'll look at the lineup and be like, hey, we should totally do this. No, we are not because it's a cruise. Like, what a nightmare. And finally this year I was like when they announced the lineup, I was like, "Hey, gosh, you'll never believe what the cruise we're never gonna go on's lineup is." And listed it off to him and he was like, "Let's do it." And I was
Wait,
like,
wait,
"No."
wait, wait, back it up, back it up.
Yeah.
So not only are you going on a cruise, you're going on a music concert
C.
cruise?
That is correct.
I need this
Uh-huh.
lineup. Give me the highlights.
Okay.
Give me the
Okay.
headliners.
Okay. It is the name of the cruise is the Outlaw Country Cruise.
Oh, shit.
And it is hold on, let me pull it up here so I can be sure to not to miss anybody. We got the Mavericks, we got Lucinda Williams, we got the Old
Oh,
97s, we
whoa.
got Steve Earle, we got Ray Wiley Hubbard, we got Carlene Carter, as in June Carter.
Oh,
We got the Waco brothers. We got a whole bunch of like the Super Suckers. We got like a whole
wow.
lot of quote unquote alt country. I don't even know what people call it anymore. Bands, as well as a couple young ones that I'm really excited about called the Vandaliers and
Oh,
some like real like oldster people with all due respect to them. Like, whoa, they're still around, including like Jerry Lee Lewis's daughter,
what?
Slim Jim Phantom from the Stray Cats has like a rockabilly trio.
What?
I know, it's like a pretty cool Mojo Nixon. One thing that I'm really intrigued by is there's a whole theme. There's like apparently I've just learned this going through all these bands. There's like a sub genre of like trucker music. So there's a band called Chris Sprague and his 18 wheelers. There's a band called the Franklin County Trucking Company. There's all of
What?
these bands. There's like lots of weird super groups of all of these people. Yeah.
That's crazy. And so where does it pick you up? Where do you go and how does that work?
I mean, the destinations are nowhere special. I mean, with all due respect to people who are like, must be nice to be able to afford to go on a cruise, but it's like Grand Stirrup Bay in the Bahamas and
Oh,
Cozumel.
that's nice. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I, in my life, one of my goals has been to travel places that are not cruise ports for a reason.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, and Ted is like, let's go. I really want to go snorkeling. I was like, all of the reefs around these places are dead because it's
So
just
many.
tourism
Yeah.
and the swimming pigs in the Bahamas. Like,
Right.
I don't know what else to do there except drink. But yeah, so it's a music cruise. It's 6 nights. It's like a full on, the band's playing multiple times. There's like jam sessions. I got Ranger Ted loves Steve Earle. And and Steve Earle is doing a special, like they have special classes and events on the
Oh,
boat.
that's cool.
He's teaching a songwriting class that I got Ranger Ted into.
Nice.
And music starts at like noon or 1 and goes until 1:30 at night. It's like,
Wow.
I talked to a friend of mine and I was like, how much am I going to regret doing this? Also,
Yeah.
like all of the like nice rooms sold out really fast. And we
Ooh,
were
that's what I
like,
was gonna ask.
we're not spending a lot of money on this. We are in an interior room the size of a shoebox, no windows, no nothing. Yeah. This is why it's going to be like Titanic. And but I asked a friend of mine who I know has been on a few and who has excellent taste in music. She is kind of a big mucky muck in Nashville. And I was like, what can you tell me about this? And have I signed up for a terrible mistake?
Hell. Yeah.
And she was like, best time ever. I've
Oh.
been on 6 out of 7 of them.
What?
She said, it reminds me of South by Southwest 30 years ago.
Wow.
And in that, like, it's really small. You get to know you get to know loads of people. You're like next to, you know, the guitarist from a band that you like at the bar or at the buffet or whatever. She's like, if the bands don't want to deal with people, they have like their own little artist quarters. But she's like, most of them are out mingling with the hoi polloi. And she was like, also, like, these are people who tour nonstop and they never get to see their peers play. So
Yeah.
she's like, you know, you'll be like sprinting to make it to like some other set before they end, and along with Steve Earle or whatever. And she's like, it is so much fun. It's the best time ever. You're going to have a blast. I wish I could go this year, but I can't.
Wow. Well, that's
Yeah.
encouraging. And
Yeah.
so when is this going down?
February 21st.
Oh, it's coming up. We're
Yeah.
gonna get.
I've never been on a cruise in my whole life. Allow me to indicate numerically how much I have had any interest in going on a cruise. 0. 0. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I won't get COVID or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If I go missing, it was Ranger Ted. Because people
Yeah.
do that on cruise ships. They push people overboard and then they're like the distraught husband. No, that's what
Yeah.
happened.
It's Ranger Ted. She said it here first, kids.
Yeah, I said it here
It's
first.
Ranger Ted. Yeah.
So,
Fuck maritime law. We know who did it.
Yeah, yeah, you can take to the high seas and Shanghai him. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Outlaw
Wow.
Country Cruise. The part of the reason that we're doing it is a few of the people on there. I've always wanted to see Ray Wiley Hubbard as well as Steve Earle and haven't. Ted has never seen Lucinda Williams. These are people who are like 70 years old plus. And it's like, when are we ever going to be able, like, who knows? They could kick the bucket tomorrow. They had hard lives.
Yeah.
Steve Earle did time in jail. Like, come on. They've had hard lives.
That's
And we're
amazing.
also-
I'm glad. Go ahead.
We're also hoping that because like Steve Earle is like protest folk country polk guy. So it's like we're really hoping we're like, oh, it's going to be, because I told somebody and they were like, oh, you know, there's going to be a lot of MAGA flags there. I was like, this is not a MAGA flag event.
Type of event.
No,
Wow.
I do not think so. So, you know, it'd be cool. Some like-minded country music aficionados.
Yeah. And you got to take your fringe outfit that you wore for your 50th. Yeah.
I might be taking the fringe outfit.
Gots to.
Yeah. Ted already was like, we both have these like red orange windbreakers, and he's like, we should wear these so that way we can find each other in the crowd. And I was like,
Yes.
no.
Yes,
Walk
you
around in a
should.
windbreaker. I'll wear like a big weird hat. I don't know. Yeah, no. I was like, no. But it's like, it's getting a taste of what it would be like to go to a music festival with someone that you've never been in that situation with. Because he's like, how are we going to find each other? We need to wear orange matching jackets. And I'm like, no. You just have a backup plan.
Oh, hilarious.
So, yeah.
So
should
that
be really
means
fun.
it sounds like fun for you, and it sounds like we're going to get an interesting recap nonetheless in March. So I'm excited.
For real will. Yes. It will
I need
be
pictures.
It'll be
We need
there'll be
video.
pictures. Yeah. Yeah.
We need all of it.
Yeah. And I'm getting like connection from, I have a friend who's playing on it, like not like a good friend, but somebody who I need to message on Facebook and be like, hi, you're playing. I'm going to be on there. Let's do this. I have like people that I kind of know from LA who are going to be on it. So it should be fun. There will be people that we know, and like I'm on the message board on Facebook, and it's like, say howdy to everybody. And they send you a package, and it's like, oh, look, you have a lanyard that you can like put your schedule in and wear it every day. And Ted was like, oh, this is handy. I was like, have fun, nerd. That's what my phone's for. And like, oh, here's like luggage tags that you can put on your luggage. Maybe you'll make friends before you get there. I'm like, nope. So I think, and it's a lot of like, say howdy to everybody. I'm like, no, I won't. I will say howdy to a few select people. Thank you.
That is hilarious. Well, I'm excited for you and Ranger Ted.
Thanks.
And I'm excited for this recap that we're going to get in next episode, which will be next episode for sure.
Yeah, unless we record right before we leave. Yes, it's sometime soon. There will be. Yeah. Yes.
No. I think no, we're going to record after your return in March to release in March for sure.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into
what we're watching.
TV.
I have one thing that I need to come out of the gate to highly recommend to everybody. Reach out to me, holler at your girl if you need a login for MGM Plus. Because who has a fucking login for that?
Yeah.
Nobody.
But
I do, so that I could watch Rogue Heroes, which is based on a book which I read about the founding of the SAS, the British Special Forces. And fascinating book, came together in World War II in the like North African theater. And it was a bunch of like crazed, drunken paratroopers who went basically on suicide missions to attack the Nazis from the desert. And read the book and liked it. Ranger Ted read the book, loved it. I enjoy military history. It's a big thing. So, it's kind of up my alley anyway. And so then we saw that the BBC did a limited series, which was like, I think their number one series of last year, number one or number two. It was a huge hit in England at the end of the year. And now it is available in the US on the MGM Plus app. Also on Epix, but I think that MGM Plus is just a rebranded Epix. So it's kind of confusing. Anyhow, nobody, like, who watches that? Nobody. It's cheap, but hit me up if you need a password. It is so fucking good. We loved it to pieces. The three leads are from three of my favorite shows.
Ayuda a tus hijos y estudiantes a llegar más lejos. Aprende más sobre la beca nacional Hacer de McDonald's. Desde 1985, McDonald's ha otorgado más de $33 millones en becas. Gánate una beca de hasta $100,000. McDonald's está dando $500,000 en becas este año. Puedes ganar una de 30 becas. Hoy día, es importante seguir adelante y hacer más. A ayudar a estudiantes hispanos a hacer más que las generaciones anteriores. Hacer más de lo que se creen capaz. Hacer más de lo que pensaban que era posible. Por sí mismos, por su gente, por su cultura, por un mejor futuro. Para más información sobre la beca nacional ACED de McDonald's, visita mcdonalds.com/ACED. Aprende más.
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Godless, the Western on Netflix with
Oh, yes.
Michelle Dockery.
That was good.
He
Mhm.
played the, like, hunky gunslinger on the run.
Ah,
So
sí,
he's
sí, sí.
also and, Sex Education, the,
Ah.
like, gangly gay bully.
Oh, sí,
He's
sí,
the lead
sí.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And yeah, and, like, the cast is great. It also has Dominic West, who doesn't love him? And so it's, like, great cast. It's done by the same writer creator of Peaky Blinders.
Peaky
It's
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. It has, like, punk and classic rock from, like, the '70s soundtrack.
Mm.
It's awesome. Highly recommend. 2 thumbs
Alright.
up, way up.
Alright. I think you convinced me. Send me that login.
Yes, I'll send it to you. So yeah, we just finished watching that. Super, super great. Really well done. So pleased. Like, way to start off the year. The only other thing that's like really, really good that I've been watching, and probably a lot of the rest of you, is The Last of Us. Which is, as most of you guys know, and if you don't, come on, what kind of a nerd are you? An HBO series that's been in production for like at least a year and a half, 2 years, based on video game of the same name. And the second episode aired the night before last, and the first episode was like Jeff's kiss, really good. Second episode, also very good, with one incredibly creepy moment at the end. And so
Mm.
far, I am totally digging it. Have you watched it?
So, the short of it is no.
Okay. Okay.
And
Short version, no.
it's because yes, we actually have the video game a long time ago when I think it was I think we have a PS4
Uh-huh.
for, my husband, bleh, the name husband, and, so that's how I knew about the video game. I just knew it looked stressful, so I wasn't gonna watch him play it, right? But I didn't know anything behind it, and then I heard that this was being made into a series on HBO, and I was like, "Yeah, totally," and then I was like, "I don't know." Now that it's out, I'm like, "Do I need the stress?" But I love me some Pedro. I love the girl who
Yeah.
who was on Game of
Little
Thrones. I
Lady
like
Mormont.
yeah. But you refused the coal. Like her, like, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna watch it," and then I was like, "No, it's gonna stress me out." And then, through social media, started getting that it's the spores and the fungus, and I was like, takes us back to an episode back in 2012. So a long time ago, I just posted on my Insta stories. A long time ago, 2008, 2009, there was an episode of Planet Earth. This Planet Earth or Planet Earth, right? And it was fascinating, and it was talking about the what's it called? Uh, I'll say quadriceps, but it's not
Cordyceps. Cordyceps.
quadriceps. The cordyceps fungus, right? That in the rainforest. And when I saw that, I was fascinated. And then I was started drawing insects of all types with fungus coming out of them, and I was like, oh yeah, zombies. It could
Yeah.
happen. It could totally happen when you see so we'll have a link to the YouTube, a short little link to this one section where you see what happens. The fungus takes over the brain, but the body's still intact, just like a zombie, and then it makes the ant go all the way as high up as possible, latch onto something, and then the fungus starts growing out of them, and then so it could just spew and sprinkle all these spores to infect the rest of the colony, right? And it's kinda beautifully like, horrifically scary as fuck gorgeous. So I was obsessed. So I drew these things, and then I got commissioned to do a illustration for this one indie band called Melodrome back in the days, and, they used one of those illustrations of, I think it was a beetle with the fungus coming out of and they used it for their, 7-inch, vinyl that came out. So I just posted the pictures because I was obsessed with this, right? So then fast forward in 2012, before I became a mom, that was my first kind of crazy pandemic. We had Matt Mogk. We had the first, what was supposed to be a series of this apocalypse. Remember, like it was like installment one of this apocalypse. So we had this guy. His name is Matt Mogk from the Zombie Research Society, and George Romero, RIP, he was on the advisory board. Like, this was legit, kids. Like,
Yeah.
legit. So he's on with us, and we also talk in person. We do a live in person in LA at the farmer's market with this couple from the Zombie Research Society. But anyways,
Yeah.
Matt was on, and he's talking to us about like um what did he call it? It was called
Cryon?
um it was
The
some type.
prion
Yes,
disease?
a prion disease that infects cows, and it could jump from animal to humans. This apocalypse is near.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, "Do I really wanna watch something that's based off of something, that could really happen?" I don't know. So I think I'm gonna just wait until I got a, like, moment to binge it and
Uh-huh.
be stressed all at once and not be stressed on a weekly basis.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it is stressful. It made me laugh because I take a mushroom supplement that has cordyceps in it. Ooh. Um but I have to say, I mean, stressful, yes, but I don't know. Like I'm finding wait until there's one more episode, maybe. I've heard that
Yes,
that
yes,
the 3rd
yes.
episode is supposed to be really good from reviewers. So maybe wait until you have 3 episodes so that way you can, like, roll into the next one so you're not
Yeah,
like, "Holy shit, what's gonna happen?"
yeah. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things on all fronts that, so well done and well acted and well written.
Yeah.
I think it got, like, highest IMDb rating of a series so far, and so I was just like, "Okay, let me just wait a little bit." And speaking of, this weekend, I planned to microdose, but I ended up not overdosing, but doing too much.
Macrodosing?
Macro dosing,
On
because I was like,
what?
"Oh, it's been a while."
On
I
on
have,
shrooms?
I have
Psilocybin?
yeah, I have the powder,
Uh-huh.
psilocybin, so I have the powder, and I know how much, I have the little scale and shit, and, I was like I hadn't done it in a while, so I was like, "I think it's a teaspoon, half a teaspoon." I think it was a quarter teaspoon. I did, like, 2 teaspoons or something, and all of a sudden, I, like, started feeling a certain way, and then I passed the fuck out, and then I woke up, and I forgot about dinner, I forgot about this, I forgot about that, and then I forgot I had a meeting, a Zoom meeting, like, in the evening, so, yeah, they're all around us, the shrooms are all around us.
They are all around us. It's very good. I highly recommend. And it also has, I was so excited when she showed up, Anna Torv. She is an Australian actress. She was in, Manhunter,
Mm,
um, and in Fringe. And so I was really excited. She has, kind of a big role, I think, sort of.
well,
No
we'll
spoilers.
see,
Yeah.
we'll see.
So, yeah, highly recommend.
Okay, what else are we watching?
Kind of the only other thing that I've been watching is The Peripheral. It's
I haven't heard of it.
on Amazon. It's based on a William Gibson, like he of the cyberpunk, of the cyberpunk author, The Peripheral. It's about takes place in the future, not so distant future, maybe 10 years.
Mm.
And it has Moritz, Chloe
Oh, sí, sí,
Moritz.
sí, uh-huh.
And it's about she uses a headset, like a VR gaming headset, to communicate with the future.
Oh,
And the future is a not very nice place. And the people there are using her as an instrument, but for what?
mm,
It's really beautifully shot. It's pretty interesting. It's got a really, like, nice, well-rounded cast of interesting people.
Mm,
Um, but, yeah, it's like it's good, but it's not like, "Oh my god, everyone needs to watch this," good. If
okay.
that's your speed, futuristic sci-fi with, like, some ass kicking that feels kinda like a video game and also kinda like a William Gibson novel, this is for sure your show. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's not that many like, I've been watching stuff, but nothing to, you know, to high praise, I don't think. It's just been,
Yeah.
like, holidays, movie stuff that's cute or rewatching something, like, I finally finished, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Um,
Whatever her
you
name
know, 'cause
is.
I love it, you know? I have friends
Yeah.
that have told me, they're like, "I could never get into it." And I was like, "I love old-timey shit like that. I love it."
Yeah.
So, it's good. The final season, is the 5th and final season, I think maybe this year or next year, and I'm down for that. Think it's time. And then, yeah, everything else is, like, nothing too big. I feel like this is the year I quit. We talked about subscriptions, and how to like
Yes.
be the viceroy of value. So I think I saved $1. There weren't any coupon codes, but I saved $1 last night by getting it via Hulu. So I'm back on HBO Max because Last of Us, because I will get to it, I'm sure, even though it'll stress me out. And then we got all the shit on HBO Max alone that's coming out this year.
Oh my
Like
god, so
Succession
much
and
good
blah blah blah.
stuff.
Like the good
They
shit.
have
So I was
yeah,
just
they
like,
have
"Let me just get it on right now."
there's the new True Detective with Jodie Foster. What?
Mm.
Like, so
Come
much
on.
good stuff
That's
coming on
made.
HBO.
That's
Yeah.
made. Whoever thought of that?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect casting. That's Jeff's kiss.
Yes. Yeah, no, we kind of feel the same way, like, I've been watching some, like, I don't wanna call it junk food because like, Good Girls, I really like Good Girls, but it's, like, kind of
Mm.
fun, like, I can do something else while I'm doing it kind
Yeah.
of show,
Yeah.
but, like, I just haven't had anything that's been, like, hell yes, until, like, Rogue Heroes was a, like, double fist pump super good. So, yeah. Same though, not a lot. Ditto with movies. I'm glad that the Oscars thank you. That the Oscar list came out, because I was like, "Oh shit, I got a whole bunch of stuff I need to watch now."
So much.
So so
But we
that's
have
good.
time. But
Yeah.
I wish they would just be like, "Okay, these are out now. Everyone and their mother's gonna watch them. So maybe some are still in theater, but let's stream all these motherfuckers. Like, let's stream them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we'll all be like, I will watch all of them. $20? Sure. Let me watch them.
Yeah.
I'll pay it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go to the theater, and risk hating something. Like watching
Yeah.
it just because I don't know too much about it or I'm not even sure. But, at December till this time, until the awards, is my favorite time to watch the actor roundtable, actor on actor, director
Yeah,
roundtable,
yeah.
producer, the writers. And then I'm like, I get some some BTS of these amazing films from all these different perspectives. And then I'm excited. And then I'm like, and then extra excited if they're nominated. So I'm ready.
Yeah.
But just stream it, guys. Just give it
I
to us. Like,
know.
we'll
They
pay,
should have,
but I just
like
want to watch it at home.
like an Oscars app where you can stream all of these movies. Like, I would totally do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
A lot of them, more than ever, probably already on streaming sites, including one I had never heard of until this morning, All Quiet on the Western Front, which is nominated for Best Picture as well as Best Foreign Film.
Same.
Um, and so like that, I really want to see. The Banshees of Inisherin is on HBO,
Everyone
so you
talks
can watch
about that,
that
so I'm
there.
ready yeah, I'm ready to watch that. Mhm.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen Everything Everywhere All at Once on a big screen. I feel like that
Mm.
would have been cool. I like Women Talking, never heard of it. Directed by one of my favorite like 90s early aughts
Yes.
actresses, Sarah Polley. Like, what happened to
Yeah.
Sarah Polley? She's just like directing these little movies. I'm into it.
Yeah, I saw her, and that's how I heard about the movie because she was at the director's roundtable. It was like Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and I was like, oh, I remember her. I was like, amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Her story from you recognize her face. You've all seen her. You've
Yeah,
seen her
yeah.
in multiple things, and to be. I mean, it's Oscar, Academy Award nominated. So yeah, I'm excited to see this. I've only seen Pinocchio. It's on
Was it
Netflix.
good? Was it good?
Yeah, I mean, there's some tears. I mean, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I think, Guillermo del Toro is amazing, and
Yep.
so yeah, I mean, I don't think it was like, oh my God, but I was like, oh, okay, you know, it was dark in the way he always makes things kind of dark. So yeah, but yeah, we have a lot of movie watching to do, and we'll
A lot
we'll
of movie
uh
watching to do.
we'll report back in March because when are they? April, March.
March 12th.
Ooh, shit. We got a lot. We
Maybe
got a lot to do.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe we can meet before then and after then.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing that's really interesting that came out of this whole Oscar thing is there is a movie and an actress that, sorry, with all due respect to everyone listening, the two people listening who are like, that's not true, that no one has ever heard of. And the actress name is Andrea Riseborough, I don't know, Riseborough. And the film is To Leslie.
Yeah.
It is a film about a woman who is like an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic. It debuted at South by Southwest last year to like, meh, it's all right. And like was submitted to a number of festivals and people were like, meh, it's all right. Like didn't win anything. But then like a switch flipped like a month ago and Gwyneth Paltrow tweeted out to her like 8 million followers on Instagram that it was like the best performance she'd ever seen in her whole life and every award needed to go to this woman. Kate Blanchett name-checked her in her acceptance speech for Tar at the Critics' Choice Awards, I think, where she basically said that this other woman should have won it. Like
Wow.
every celebrity you can think of has come out and been like, this is the performance of the year. This is the performance of a lifetime. This is the most amazing thing. It's like created this insane critical mass over the last particularly like 2 weeks. And everyone's like, wow, that's great. This woman's getting so much accolades. And people are finally like, what the fuck is up with this? Like, and some people are mad because Viola Davis didn't get nominated for the
No.
Woman King, and she was really great in this. And so it's like, are all of these like white motherfucking actors and actresses, did they push her out by getting this woman in? And I know it's like, hopefully there's enough room at the table for everybody. And both of these actors are repped by CAA, which is also kind of weird. And it has like zero budget. So people were like, are they paying actors to do this? But it's like, they don't have any money. But I am
Yeah.
telling you, you read the list of actors who have posted on social media, raving, all of them in very similar language about how great this movie is. And it begins, like, there's seriously like 30 names of people who could like open a movie. And it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a
So
little suspect.
I'm here for this drama around this woman and her nomination.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, so
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it right like a couple weekends ago, and I was like, man, who's this actress? She's amazing. Because I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once yet. It's Stephanie Hsu. She's nominated for
Yeah,
Best
yeah.
Supporting Role.
Uh-huh,
She's
uh-huh.
phenomenal in the small parts that she has in this last
Yeah.
season of the amazing, whatever, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I was like, who is that? She's amazing. And then when the nominations came out, I was like, wait, is that her? And I was like, holy shit, it's her. I'll go, of course. She's great. So I can't wait to watch her. And I'm so happy that, I know there was a whole thing with, why is it an majority Asian cast? Jamie Lee Curtis is getting all this shit. And they were saying that she should be at a lot of these awards. So I'm glad that it's at this one where, I'm sure, people say awards don't matter, but if you want to get a nomination, if you haven't, and then you get this one, this is the one that has more weight, right?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, she's
Yeah.
amazing on that.
Yeah, she was really good in that movie too. Generally, I felt like, I mean, a lot of them I haven't seen, so full disclosure, but a lot of them I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that was great." Like Angela Bassett in Black Panther, yes,
Yes.
nominate the fuck out of
Mhm,
her.
mhm.
Loved her. So like
Nominate her for looking amazing.
yeah, just nominate, like she could just stand there nominated.
Yeah.
So, it was really great to see, like, a few things that I was like, "Oh, yeah. No, she was really good." I feel like 10 years ago, Angela Bassett in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever would have been a no-go.
Yeah,
So, I think that
yeah.
it's cool that they made an acknowledgement to something that's, like, a little more commercial.
And I have no desire to watch it, but have you watched Elvis? And do you think it deserves the noms that it's getting?
I haven't seen it, so it's hard to say. I do like Baz Luhrmann a lot.
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
probably see it before, um I'll see it. We'll
Maybe I'll
see.
fast forward it or something. But I was just like, "Word? Ah, okay." But, isn't it was all this hype, behind Babylon, and I think they got nominated maybe for something like costumes or something, but nothing else. Like, I didn't see any other people on there, and then it was like it kind of fizzled, right?
Yeah, that was like a big non-starter, and that was supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah. So, who's to say? Okay. Anything else before we wrap it on up?
I feel like that is everything in a nutshell.
Sweet. All right then. I hope you have an amazing, fabulous cruise, and I
You
can't wait to
too.
hear about it. I can't wait to hear about it.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right then. Peace out, nerds.